Okay, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I think, in fact, we may be live. In fact, I am so certain that we are live that I will now announce we are live. So, hello everyone.
Hey!
Way! And welcome to the Geek Battle show here on the Extreme Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel, as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. Go and smash that subscribe button wherever you want between those two to see all of the shows that are coming up. And there's so much that we've got to discuss today. But first, let's meet some of the panel, and there may even be more turning up. I am David, but let's say hello to David.
Hello everybody, my name is Dave MC. Yes, I'm using an avatar today because I look terrible. My geek fact for today is for Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, during the scene where Saruman gives a speech to the Uruk-hai, the sound of the orcs chanting is actually a bunch of cricket fans in a cricket stadium that Peter Jackson showed orc words for them to say. So the voices we're hearing are actually cricket fans.
That is definitely worth a point. I did not know that one at all. That's awesome. Right, so say hello to the people. Dev.
Hi. My geek fact of the week is in the Deadpool vs. Wolverine, they highlighted the most famous variants of Wolverine throughout comic book history.
Yes.
The most interesting fact is the director had to fight to include the crucified Wolverine because it was too reminiscent of Jesus.
I don't think I know that character.
You don't know Jesus.
I'm joking. Jesus. Yeah. Right, okay, that's interesting. Okay, good. That is worth a point. Cap, say hello to the people.
What's up, dogs? Sailing from the land of leopards, elephants, and crocodiles. It's me, Capital Dave. And yeah, I mean, like, it makes sense. Wolverine could be Jesus if he was born a few thousand years earlier. I mean, like, he has all the things for it, powers and all. He can live through, he's technically immortal, and he can come back after being speared. My geek fact for the day is that I just recently finished watching Demon Slayer Season 4, and for those of you who don't know, the bad guy in the main villain in the Demon Slayer show looks like Michael Jackson. And apparently, it's not intentional in any ways, but in season 4, when he's like approaching the good guy palette, he's literally doing the smooth criminal Billie Jean walkout with smoke coming out everywhere and doing the Michael Jackson slow walk in. I'm like, they embraced it.
Fun fact, that scene got memed so much, it's been remade with different songs.
I'm not surprised.
Do you know what? That does happen. Oh, shit, it's Nick. Right, hang on. We'll deal with this in a second. Right, so...
Nick!
What I was going to say is that does happen. Do you remember, like, there was the series Wednesday? Like, with...
Yep.
What's her name that played Wednesday? General Ortega.
General Ortega.
Yeah, right. And so she did some dance, and I saw this dance going viral before I actually saw the show. And in the show, it's to a different song. And now I've seen actual General Ortega dancing to the thing that they changed the dance to. It's like that is some going round the houses meta, whatever.
Also, David, there's a particular reason I know that. It's because it's my entire TikTok career. That is my entire TikTok career. It's what I do.
Wait, what do you do on TikTok?
I sync dances to different songs.
Oh my god. Do you do the dances?
No.
We were all going to dance there. I was so going to be like, teach us to dance. That's awesome. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Okay, so just before we'll come to Nick, Cap, I just want to show this Demon Slayer villain, which 100% is Michael Jackson.
It is Michael Jackson.
It is Michael Jackson. There is absolutely no way in the universe that isn't based on that.
Oh, it is.
And you know the funny meme. There was a meme that went around that in season 1, like the hero is the guy who's seen this guy after 1,000 years, and like every other hero is like asking like, you saw Muzan? How does he look like? And in the show, like, he doesn't describe it, but then they memed it saying, Michael Jackson!
So that's where he's really gone. He hasn't really gone. You know, Michael Jackson isn't in the great beyond. He's in Demon Slayer.
Yes, he is.
Wow. How about that? Okay. Oh shit! It's Nick. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. I am Nick, aka Oh Shit, It's Nick. My geek fact of the week is if you were to grind down a Warhammer 40k mini, Dave, I know what you're thinking.
Do you?
You don't grind down minis, and you weighed it,
They thinks.
and you weighed it, and you put it on a scale and weighed it, it would be the same. It is more expensive than the same weight worth of cocaine.
Wait. What?
If you grind down,
Yeah. So I've got my pestle and mortar. I've got a mini. I'm grinding it. Now what?
yeah, you put it on a scale and you weigh it.
Yeah.
It is the price of the mini of the. If you said, okay, this €30 mini, for example, or whatever,
Yeah.
it would be more than the same weight of cocaine.
Why would a ground down mini have any value at all?
It's a way of saying that Warhammer is ridiculously expensive.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
I can translate that to English, British if you want, Dave.
Please.
David. Okay, so if you took a Warhammer Mini and you ground it down
Yeah.
into a powder, the value of the powdered minifigure will be more than the equivalent weight of cocaine.
What happens if I snorted it?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I can dumb it down even more.
Yeah, please do.
We found one of Nick. Yeah, we've got one of Nick's hobbies on the show
Yeah.
now.
So the only question is like we need to work out who Nick pays to snort it off of. That's the real question.
Henry
Right.
Cavill.
Actually, it
Snorting warhammers off hookers is his hobby. Right.
It would have been Samuel L. Jackson.
You are snorting Warhammer minifigurines ground down off of Samuel L. Jackson's naked body. Jesus, this took a turn.
That's going to change the tagline for the Imperium of what the fuck.
Oh my god.
I think that really trumps that Cyberhawk show where Rayman's doing cocaine off a naked cow.
Wow, yeah.
I think if by lore what you just described, like snorting Warhammer Mini off Samuel L. Jackson, would mount to heresy.
We paused 35 minutes ago.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
You'll
have
like Jesus.
Okay, I don't know how like dodgy this conversation is, but if you had to snort cocaine off of any
Are we
Jessica Alba, Megan Fox.
Hang on, Cap. We know your answer. We know your answer, Cap.
No,
It's fine.
just no.
Are we demonetized yet?
Right. Okay. Probably.
Actually, I do not think you would, Cap. You know we're friends, right? I don't think you would do it off Jessica Alba or Megan Fox. I think you do it off like Jessica Rabbit or
She-Ra.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill.
Well, yeah, we've already gone there. It was Sly in the background, but it was there.
I think Nick is the one who nailed it on the head. If Jessica Rabbit was real, I'm going for that, not Jessica Alba.
Okay, Eddie Valiant.
Yeah, Jesus. Right, anyway, so, guys.
What is this devolved into?
Rounds over.
God. Yeah, that's the intro round,
What is
son.
this devolved
Now,
into?
Nick, I'm going to give you a point, but I'm not even actually sure why. Now, with this, guys, what have we seen this week? Do we have any hot takes? There's some new trailers and stuff like this, but let's see if there's things that people have actually seen. Cap.
First, I'm going to react to the new trailer of Amazon's anthology series of video games. And again, the opening bit was Warhammer.
Right.
Wait.
And I think this is going to be where they're like testing which video game franchise is going to be profitable for Amazon. Basically, they're going to release the episode and see like if Warhammer's the one like getting the most views or other video game franchises. Although the only games I recognized are Warhammer and God of War. The other games, I have no idea what they are.
I will have to check them out because I would probably know.
We can give the reaction right now. It's on YouTube. It's available on YouTube.
Can you find the link for me, Cap? Because I'm not even quite sure what you're talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazon
You
are
guys
doing
check it
an
out.
anthology series of video game adaptations, like an episode each of
Wow.
different video games.
That's awesome. Like, yeah. What else do they do in this? If like, it's a so wait. So it's
I'm
an
looking it up
anthology.
now.
So like episode 1, you're saying is like whatever you just said.
It's going to be about one game and one.
And then so
another,
like
and
episode
another,
3
another.
is going to be like Crash Bandicoot as like a retired,
Possibly.
broken down like cop who's got like a drug addiction.
Okay, so no. You know, it's funny that you say those exact words because you know in the Captain Cyborg anime I keep talking about, that's
Yeah.
exactly what Rayman is.
Wow.
And also, this is like done by the guys who did Love, Death, and Robots, which is an anthology series. So again, it jumps around and everywhere. So I think it will go well
Okay,
with the tone.
so I have the list here.
Yeah. Well,
Pac-Man.
okay, hang on. Before you could go over the list, but if the trailer shows it, let's get some live reactions. So
Right, so yeah, see the trailer.
let's see if we
Cool.
can see
Yeah.
this. I'm going to mute it. I'm going to bring up. In fact, let's have a quick check. Did we get demonetized last week?
No idea.
I don't know.
I can't tell, to be
I
honest.
mean,
Right. Okay. I'm trying to figure
David,
it
do you
out.
really need a shield? We spent the first 10 minutes
If
talking about
I gave
cocaine.
you my time last week,
Yeah,
I did my
like
job
no,
well.
yeah. We'll need the shield because look, you can do whatever on the stream, but as soon as you play 1 second of some like 50-year-old movie, okay. So here's the thing. Let's take a look to see what they've got. Let's throw up at least let's throw up a mini shield.
Why is Darth Plagueis there?
God knows.
That looks awful.
Right. Oh, that shield isn't enough. Let's go for this one. Right. Let's see what happens. I hope this is muted. Okay. So what is this?
First Space Marine.
Warhammer.
Space Marine.
Oh right. Okay. I don't know
Okay,
that game.
Space Marines, fine.
Fine. That's good.
Hey,
This
Dave,
is a really smart idea for a show, though, because then they can see which ones will take off.
This one is the Kung Fu game recently came out. I forgot the name of it.
I don't know any of these games. Jesus, where's Lemmings?
Shifu. That
Seafood.
like
Seafood.
Where
Yeah.
the hell is, like, Croc Legend of the Gobbos from the PS1?
That is a copyright now, man. I can explain why in a moment.
Oh my god, well, I don't recognise any of this. It's just bad CGI stuff.
Okay.
Right, this is super disappointing. Okay, is that Mega Man?
Mega Man.
Okay,
Yes, it
okay,
is.
well, okay. I saw God of War. What else is in there? That went really fast. What is
that's
that?
not John Wick. Which is a game with Keanu Reeves?
Okay.
That's
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
that's
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that just doesn't get its own movie. This does
That's
look
doing Mega
interesting.
Man.
But,
That's
oh
cool,
Jesus,
though.
it's going so fast.
Oh,
I don't even think I can.
Dungeons and Dragons on one of them I saw.
Dungeons and Dragons. There was already a movie of that, and I liked it.
I like.
Oh wait, not Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, there was Dungeons and Dragons. That went far
Yeah.
too fast for me to
Are
understand.
you
anything.
talking the Dungeons and Dragons from like years ago with
No,
Jeremy
it came
Irons
out-
in it?
no.
Or the-
No,
It's fine.
The one with Chris Pine
Yeah,
was actually not bad. Did you not like the one with Chris Pine, guys?
I didn't see it.
Oh my god, it's genuinely really good. Like, I think it completely flopped, but it was actually
I saw it in the
a
cinema.
really fun
It
film.
was so much fun.
What?
I went to see it in the cinema. It was super fun.
Yeah,
it's really
definitely.
fun.
See it, guys. See it if you can.
Yeah.
There's some items that don't exist in D&D, and I have a couple problems with one of the character's abilities. But other than that, it was fantastic.
When is the game that you promised us, Nick, about the D&D? You got all this stuff on chat and you silenced afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, I'll start
Okay.
writing it this week.
Okay, good.
So,
Okay, so Dev,
Yes.
do you have that list for us?
yes, I do.
Go for it.
Because the trailer was, it's okay, so it's got Pac-Man,
Yes.
Warhammer 40k, Concord, Mega Man, Unreal Tournament, New World Eternium, Armored Core, Splunky, Honor of Kings, Sifu, Dungeons and Dragons,
Yep.
The Outer Worlds, Crossfire, Exodus, and PlayStation like cameos.
Oh,
You'll have
cameos.
PlayStation cameos.
Okay, there's only 4 there that I actually knew, and I've forgotten
There
what they
were
were.
5 that I knew.
Pac-Man, though, I'd love to see what they do with Pac-Man.
I've only seen what they do with Pac-Man. It's called Pixels.
Oh my god, yeah, don't do that. Right.
But Dave, there's the cartoon series of Pac-Man.
that?
Yeah.
Really?
There's
Okay.
2 cartoon series as a part Pac-Man. I recommend the 2D one, which I think came out in the 90s or early 2000s. And there's one that came out in the 2010s. I do not recommend that one. But I do recommend the one from the 90s and the early 2000s, which is 2D.
Oh,
Yes,
hang on.
Pac-Man,
I've got one here, Cap.
family.
Let's 1982 Pac-Man cartoon.
Yep.
Wow, this is older than me. Right. Pac-Man in the Bionic
Wow,
Woman.
now I feel old.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave.
It's okay, Nick. It'll be okay. Right, let's have a quick look at Pac-Man in the Bionic Woman. I'm definitely going to get, like, copyright struck for this. I can't have this on the screen. But it looks cool.
Yeah, it's a good show. I've seen a couple episodes of it. It was on the local TV.
It's
Really?
kind of
Yeah.
Wait, so he goes to a burger joint so that he can eat pellets? And the ghost
Yeah.
killer. I love it. Right, anyway, won't play it
There's
anymore.
for the guys who play the video game, is there like a main bad guy in Pac-Man other than the ghost?
No,
Because there
it's
is
the
a bad guy in
ghosts.
this one.
Blinky,
Yeah, the ghosts are the
Winky,
only bad guys,
Stinky,
mate.
and Clyde, right? One isn't called Stinky.
Yeah,
Blinky,
they are in
Winky.
it, but there's also an evil mastermind behind, navigating them.
Yeah, not in the video game there isn't.
Blinky and Clyde.
Yeah, it's called the NPCs. They're assholes.
Okay, guys, you're all missing the really important 2016 Japanese Pac-Man movie.
Wow, let's look that up.
I did
Pac-Man
not know
movie.
They did a movie where the Kamen Rider had to fight Pac-Man, and I linked the trailer in the.
Okay, let's find Pac-Man. Oh no, there's a fan film. Let's find what you've sent. Right, so Pac-Man the movie. Right, no, I love that concept though. There are so many good video games where it's perhaps they're not at the level of Tomb Raider or Resident Evil or Halo. So no one's going to spend $100 million or $300 million making a movie of them. But an anthology series where every episode is based on a different video game, and then that's a great way to test out. Hey, this one got huge ratings, people saw it, and now we're going to spin it off into its own series.
Yeah.
Okay, any recommendations from you guys of... Let's bring up this Pac-Man thing. Right, so... Oh, it's frozen as soon as I do that. So this is the Japanese Pac-Man movie, and it's frozen. This is Pac-Man.
There we go.
Yes,
What's it got to do
Who's
with
Pac-Man?
Kamen Rider?
Who's the ghost?
because the Kamen Rider are fighting the Pac-Man.
Wait, so is
But
no one
they did that
Pac-Man?
in the film Pixels.
These are Power Rangers, and I'm sure one of them was a New Japan wrestler.
Yes, he was.
Who was it?
Tanahashi's in it.
Oh my god, I thought so.
Tanahashi.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay, well this is interesting, but...
Why
Okay.
does Pac-Man have Power Ranger
This is not
action?
Pac-Man. This is
Yeah,
This is
Mighty
just-
Morphin
this is just-
Power
It's
Rangers.
just Kamen Rider.
Okay,
They're
guys,
fighting
Pac-Man
Pac-Man.
let me put it to you. If there was like a video game that you could have turn into a movie, or like included in this anthology series, what video game do you think deserves or like would lend itself? Because like The Last of Us, definitely it could have been a movie before it was a video game. So Nick, let's go around to you.
Streets of Rage or Final Fight.
Oh, Final Fight especially. Oh my god, that would be amazing. I'm a massive Final Fight and even more of a Street Fighter fan, and they're set in the same universe, so I'm all about that.
That would be gas. I would be down for that.
But Streets of Rage, well, that's a great choice as well. Dev, you had your hand up.
Street Fighter.
Yeah, no. Well, do you know what? Final Fight and Streets of Rage cross over. So I'd love to see a Final Fight movie, which then leads into Street Fighter. Okay, Dave, do you have your hand up? I can't see.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Oh, there you
Working
go.
in
Go
Express.
for it. Go
Yeah, I'm
for it.
working. Yeah, I was going to say Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
Oh, slight thing. Technically, the Captain Cyberhawk is a Splinter Cell show as well.
What is? What's the Splinter Cell
Captain
show?
Cyberhawk.
Captain Cyborg. I don't know.
It's an Amazon series with all the Ubisoft properties in one show.
Jesus, I didn't know that Amazon was all about these video game adaptations. I've been missing all of this. Okay, Cap.
Okay, first of all of the good video games that have like great stories, Hollywood already done movies of them and ruined them to the ground.
No,
Okay.
there's loads that they haven't done. I'm going to give you one in a minute.
I would like, again, most of the things have been done and not done well. So I'm going to go with Devil May Cry, which is going to happen in Netflix as an animated series.
Yeah.
I also want to. I have another really good one. I think. Battletoads.
Yes! Yes! Battletoads!
Guys, look, perhaps you don't know this game, but I'm sure at least some of you will. The one that I think would absolutely be amazing is Monkey Island, if you don't know it.
Yeah.
Yes! Yes, Monkey Island!
Yeah.
I've been more than one in my life.
Guybrush Street
Well,
World.
Sam and Max.
Sorry, Sam and Max.
Yeah.
They had a movie, right?
No, they had an animated show.
They've already had their time.
animated series.
Give me Elaine and Guybrush taking on the ghost pirate LeChuck. And then
I
the other
will
one...
say, I was
Go on, Dave.
I was going to say, sorry, I was introduced to Monkey Island through Sea of Thieves, because they had a little adventure on there where you do a three-part story with Guybrush on Sea of Thieves, and it's so much fun. Like, you get to meet Guybrush, you do all the things that he did in his adventures, and I hated the fact that it took me 4 hours to do with a friend.
Oh my
I think
God.
Tim is trying to get in.
Oh, shit. Is he? He's not here.
Tim!
What makes you say this?
In the comments on the YouTube, I think.
Okay, hang on, let's have a look. Comments. What up, gentlemen? Tim, if you're trying to join us, let it be known and we will add you in, but I cannot see that you're here at the moment. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you another one.
Oh, no. He says he's just in the chat.
Okay, just in the chat. Okay, so let me see if I can show you... is this going to be a decent trailer? So I've mentioned the game on this show before, but I don't know who was on it at the time, so maybe it wasn't you guys. But something that should definitely be a movie is the video game series Broken Sword. Let me show you the trailer of it if you don't know. I could probably show it without the shield, but I will put it on in case. So you check out this game. It's from the mid-90s. It was a similar game to Monkey Island, point-and-click adventure. And it was all about like hidden stuff from the Knights Templars. It was like an amazing looking game back then, and they're showing like this remake of it now. And it's like a murder plot and all sorts. Let's just see if I can skip it on. No, see, look, this doesn't do it justice. Right, but it's an awesome game. Let me quickly go back and find like the original trailer. So if
Dave,
you,
can you play us the audio while the audience?
I'm not going to risk the audio. So look, it was literally it looked like a Disney cartoon. So this is like the original. This was like a 1996 game. Yeah, and it was like fully voiced, and you were playing this guy who's on holiday in France. Someone blows up this cafe, and that happens like in the first couple of minutes, so no major spoiler. And someone is murdered, and then he takes it upon himself to investigate the murder, and it's genuinely one of my favourite games. There's about 4 or 5 different games in the series, but it's something that absolutely would make a great movie.
Is he the video game equivalent of Tintin?
No, like he's his own guy. He's George Stobart. So anyway, but
Yeah, so like
the animation on it.
like Tintin.
The animation on it kind of reminds me of Dragon's Lair.
yeah, like this was probably
I can
about
see that.
10 or 12 years after Dragon's Lair, but it's that similar kind of, we want to kind of look like Disney, but not quite that style look.
Oh,
So Dave, I have a question. Like, whenever you show trailers, like, can you like give us sound but cut the sound out for the audience? Is that possible?
No, it's not. I don't think there is a way. I wish there was a way. The only way I could think to do is if we were all on headphones and that somehow. But even then, I'd probably have to do it through. You'd have to have a different thing open. I don't think I can do it, to be honest. But
I also would like to see a series of Black Sad. There was a game, but technically it's a comic book. But I would like to see a cartoon series of Black Sad.
I don't know that at all.
It's good. It's kind of like Zootopia, isn't it? It's like like L.A. Noire meets Zootopia kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's very gritty. It's very dark, but it's so good.
Coming soon to Dave MC Gaming, Black Sad.
Yes, Dave, do it!
Speaking of live-action video games, though, I'd like to recommend the Japanese live-action Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney, yes, that's a great. That would be an interesting adaptation for like. Well, it'd be interesting if it was done for like the West, because I think like there's things about it that wouldn't translate.
We already have that. It's called Phoenix Wright.
I thought you were going to say Dragon Ball for a second.
Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright is Ace Attorney.
It's the same thing.
Now Phoenix Wright. Oh yeah, Phoenix Wright.
Basically, the reason I love the live-action Japanese one so much is it's a serious court drama with the game mechanics.
Yeah.
Occurring during the court drama. It's like it takes itself stupid seriously, but there's all wacky stuff happening in the background.
Yeah.
Kind of like Warhammer.
Not quite. Okay, so guys, has anyone seen anything else? Any more hot takes?
I want to
go for it, Dev.
mention the trailer for Terry Bogard for Street Fighter 6.
Nice.
Wait, so this is a trailer for a character being added to Street Fighter 6?
Yes.
And who's the character? Is that for the character from
Terry
King of Fighters?
Bogard from King of Fighters.
Wow, I didn't know that was happening.
Terry Bogard.
Yeah. Street Fighter 6. Go. What about it in particular?
Basically, the entire trailer is like a callback to both Street Fighter and Fatal Fury history.
Okay, let's bring it up. So, who here is a Street Fighter fan? Just so we know.
Slightly.
Slightly.
More Mortal Kombat, but slightly.
You're more Mortal Kombat. Do you know what? I like both of them, but this year I've made so many videos on Street Fighter, it's ridiculous. And like,
there's a clip of like Pete Holmes, I think, sketches where like he's the interviewer or the manager for the Street Fighter tournament, and in Street Fighter there's a guy who literally with like a Wolverine claw, right? Who's like a matador, but and they made a sketch like he's saying like you have a Wolverine claw, and everyone's like fighting with martial arts. Go join Mortal Kombat.
Well, okay, so look, let's check this out. So, to add a little bit of context to this, which I can, about the history, the guy who created Street Fighter 1, like the director or the person who was mainly behind it, left Capcom after he made it, and then was one of the people behind the original King of Fighters, and basically wanted this character to be the main character in Street Fighter 2. And because they kind of... He left the company.
Isn't he a knockoff of Ken?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, but he wanted...
the anime.
He's not really a knockoff, because he's from the same guy that created it, and he wanted this to be the main character, and they weren't going to do it, so he went and made his own version. So this is actually the true vision of what Ken was meant to be, which is a weird... Yeah. Look at that,
Well, there he is, he's beating up Ken.
Yeah, of course he is.
Beating up Ken.
Although, truthfully, if you ever go back and play the original Street Fighter, it is dog shit.
But like,
there is a reason why there are like 50,000 different versions of Street Fighter 2 and only one version of Street Fighter 1.
But like David, is there a popular meme that says like Ken is like every white guy's what is that Karate Kid movie fantasy come to life?
What do you mean come to life? He's a video game character.
Yeah, but like you can live that fantasy through Ken.
What? Live what fantasy again?
What? You get to do
the Karate Kid fantasy.
Why
Well,
have they
yeah,
never
it
made a
probably
game where
adds
you
into
have
it.
Daniel LaRusso as a character?
They have several.
That is
Like with on the NES and the PS4 and the PS5 soon. There's like
yeah, they did that terrible Karate Kid game.
Do you know what? I've got a
Yes.
Cobra Kai game, but I've literally never played it. I mean, yeah, this one's good.
The ones that are out, like I like that they have the Mark of the Wolves, City of the Wolves now.
Yeah.
Costume as well, because the City of the Wolves, the sequel to Mark of the Wolves, is also coming out very soon. So they're using the costume to promote the other game.
Guys, I'm gonna find a video that I made earlier this year. If you haven't seen,
Why?
Sorry.
Why?
Because you're gonna like it. Because you are gonna like it, and you're gonna have to endure it. Because I've got the power. That's why. Because you said that. Right now. Here's like a fun thing. There is a game which, if you've never played, it was the guys who. Okay, so the guys that made Street Fighter then said to other companies, "Well, can you put it on home computers and stuff?" They didn't actually make it themselves when it went onto like consoles and that, because it was the early days and they weren't even that experienced. And one of the companies that did it did a terrible version of Street Fighter 1 and then said to Capcom, who made it, "Hey, we want to make Street Fighter 2 for you." And Capcom were like, "No, get out of here." So then they made their own spiritual successor, which was called Human Killing Machine. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, because it is absolutely horrifically bad. Is that it? Where is it? Is this the video? So yeah, this is Human Killing Machine, which they wanted to be Street Fighter 2. So this. Okay, hang on. If I can bring back to this. Look, the Matador character literally has no animation. He just slides back and forward.
Oh!
And they have characters, if I can find it, where when you fight them... Okay, is this the one? Let's scroll back. Okay, so first you go against this Russian character who just absolutely pulverizes you. And eventually, if I can find it, you go against a character who... Where is it? Not that... Oh, so he's a waiter who is just throwing glasses at you. But eventually, you go against a character... Where is it? Damn it. Who is... Oh no, where is it? I keep thinking I can see it on the screen. A dog. One of the opponents is a dog. Like,
why is he beating up a dog?
Exactly. So that's Human Killing Machine. The spiritual successor to Street Fighter.
The 90s JoJo video game, also made by Capcom, also features a playable dog.
What game is that?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
But you play it, is it, right?
Yeah, you play as a dog.
I don't mind that.
That makes sense.
But the idea is that you're doing Street Fighter and literally just trying to defeat a dog.
Beat up a dog.
Yeah.
No.
And then another character is a
fighting
bull.
game. Yeah. Like, it is a fighting game, and one of the characters is a dog.
Well, that's a good idea, you know.
There's also another fighting game, right? With like vampire, werewolf, mummy, like that kind of thing.
Darkstalkers.
Yeah, that's another Capcom one.
Now, why did they never did more stuff with that one? Like all the characters look great in that one.
Okay, so I can go into the history of that because, god damn it, I was part of the PR team for that BS.
Wow!
You
in
what?
2011, I helped promote the resurrection of Darkstalkers.
Oh, amazing!
In 2011, they announced Darkstalkers is not dead, and they were like teasing a new game for like ages. And then it turned out to be a re-release. And everybody got so angry and nobody bought the re-release. So it killed the franchise.
That.
But I know that the Morrigan, the Succubus character, made an appearance on Marvel vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
the best
Yeah,
part of that
and-
game.
You know, it's
Fun
like
fact.
it's a weird thing with like video games though, because when you look at some of like the big companies that have existed since like the 80s, in particular if you look at Capcom and then if you look at Konami and even Sega, they used to put out so many different games, different franchises, and then basically they all just end up putting out one or two. So Street Fighter is literally, sorry, Capcom is literally, here's a Street Fighter, here's a Resident Evil, and along the way you lose like Darkstalkers, you lose Dino Crisis, you lose any of the other survival horror, Onimusha and stuff like this. They just don't bother
Dino
with
Crisis.
it anymore. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. Capcom, Sega, it's all Sonic the Hedgehog, and like whatever happened to Streets of Rage.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Like Streets of Rage, you know, Crazy Taxi they're bringing back, but for years there hadn't been any of these things.
I want more Toe Jam and Earl.
was
That's
like,
what that's for.
yeah, Konami, we get like Metal Gear Solid, which, you know, because they fell out with Kojima, that's gone now effectively. And Silent Hill is getting a remake, but there hasn't been a new Silent Hill game in 10 years. And it's weird how it happens with all of them. So any Capcom fighting game is literally going to be Street Fighter or nothing.
Yeah.
What about the Konami's Castlevania Lords of Shadow game? I love the second one where you get to play as Dracula. Why did they stop?
So again, the
That's a
problem with
great game.
Konami is they've gone away. Like they've announced they're moving away from video games and focusing on pachinko,
What is that?
Exactly.
gambling.
Yeah, it's like a gambling thing. If you ever played the game Shenmue, this is how I know what pachinko is. They're like machines that balls drop down and you try to get them to go in a
Little
certain slot.
pinballs.
Yeah, so that you
Because
win
in-
something.
In Japan, you can't legally gamble, so there's a loophole where you can win tiny little balls, you can exchange for prizes, and you can go next door and sell that prize for money.
That's the literally plot from Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
Or the
But you have to be,
Japanese.
you have to be
That's what
sneaky.
they got. Yeah, that's
I'm
the
not
idea.
endorsing it. You have to be very sneaky about it though, because they don't like it when you do that.
But I tell you
But
what, like,
you know,
go ahead.
but you know, the thing with my introduction was to Castlevania is through Lords of Shadow game. But it's so awesome to play as Dracula. For the final time, you get to be the ultimate good guy. I mean, bad guy.
So
but,
your
so
introduction
powerful.
to Castlevania was Lord of Shadow, and you still play it? Holy shit!
Sorry?
that's- Lord of
played the
Shadow
first
is the
Castlevania
worst
first.
Castlevania game, and you still love Castlevania? That's
Lords of
impressive.
Shadow 2. I played Lords of Shadow 2 when you get to play as
That's even
Dracula.
worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You should play
You
it.
get to do all this stuff. You get to do the vampire
So,
stuff. You don't ever
If you
get
want
to do.
traditional Castlevania, the most optimum and the newest version for you to play would be Harmony of Despair.
Yeah.
So
That is a
I
culmination
love
of the entire franchise.
Simon's Quest. I know
Ah.
I know it's a popular opinion, but it's still a great game.
Then Lords of
That's
Shadow is a much better
I
game.
vote to boot Nick for that comment.
I don't know.
How
If we're keeping
dare
track
you
of
say
the-
Simon's Quest is good?
It's
Okay,
a fun
well,
game. I didn't say it was good. I said I like it.
It's
I
better
get-
than Lord of Shadows.
Yeah.
Is it better than Lord of Shadow? Probably.
Lords of Shadow 2. Lords of Shadow 2.
Yes. Even either one. Yes.
You know what?
I also love Castlevania 3.
Have
You
any
know,
of
it's
you,
cool,
guys, I
I think
haven't
Judgment.
been paying full attention, but haven't any of you mentioned Symphony of the Night yet?
What? Because that's the best Castlevania game.
Yeah.
That is the
Not
best, but, like,
close.
Which one's that one?
Like the
I-
PS1 game.
That's
Oh,
the
never
best
played it.
Castlevania one.
Oh my god, it is
Like,
literally
my
the
case-
only one that's actually really good.
David,
what's
play
it?
Castlevania Lords of Shadow
Harmony of
2. You will
Despair,
enjoy it.
Okay, well perhaps I'll have to get
No, I
back
Have
don't
you
into
guys
think
some of
played
those.
Hollow Knight?
Harmony of Despair, because that is the best. Basically, they take the best parts of every game and combine it into one massive game. In fact, one of the levels is the entirety of Castlevania 1 in
Wow,
one level.
that's
But
insane.
yeah, can you play as Dracula?
Yes, he's
Is
not
that
unlockable.
possible? Oh, can you play? Okay, then I'll be.
He's
playing.
happy now.
Yeah.
Have you guys
the
played?
reason why I like the reason why I like Lords of Shadow 2, one was that it was on PC, so I could play it. Second is that like you get to play as Dracula. That's the only one reason why I bought that game, and I was like, it was awesome. I did all the Dracula stuff.
Yeah. Right, guys.
Have you guys played Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and Earl, like back in the day. Like I know they eventually brought it back, I think, on the Dreamcast or Xbox. But...
I funded the Kickstarter.
What?
I funded the Kickstarter.
You're to blame. You're to blame for this, then, Dev. Right.
Yes,
I love Toe Jam and Earl. What are you talking?
I wasn't massively into that. The best Sega franchises.
I funded the new one.
Oh wow! Look, I'm glad that they're bringing back Crazy Taxi. They're bringing back a Jet Set Radio. These are the good Sega games. Shenmue was Virtua Fighter. They need to do another Virtua Fighter all these years later. You know, these are the games that Sega needs to bring back.
Don't.
I thought Crazy Taxi was a Grand Theft Auto game when I played it on.
No,
I thought it was Grand Theft Auto.
Jesus, Grand Theft Auto sucks compared to Crazy Taxi, and I'll say that on the record, everyone. Like Grand Theft Auto, it's like, are you going to spend the rest of your life playing this? Crazy Taxi, you can just play it for 5 minutes and have fun.
You take that back.
No,
David, I agree with that statement that you have just made.
Yeah, I'm not really into. I don't like these games that take, you'll play it forever. It's just like, give me a game that you can actually complete at some point.
David, that's why people like that game. You can play that forever.
No, it doesn't even work for their business model. That's why you get all these microtransactions and subscriptions. Just give me a game that I can play and try and get a high score.
David, have you not seen the video that Sega released about Crazy Taxi? Because they're working on a new one. Yeah,
no, I know that. I don't know if I've actually seen a trailer of the new one. Are you saying it's out?
Not a trailer, but an update video they did.
Okay, well let's see. Crazy Taxi trailer 2024. Let's see what comes up. This better be good. Okay, gameplay video. 7 months ago. No, I didn't see this at all. Okay, that's. Ugh. I'm not sure what's.
I love the fact that we're completely talking about games.
Well, yeah, exactly. I've been trying to get this show to have episodes just about games at some point, right?
Yeah. Well, if we're talking about it, I have a hot take.
Go on.
No, David, that's the old one. This is from a month ago.
Wait, can you see this at the bottom? Wait,
no.
what are you talking about? Oh wait, do you have?
No, I'm saying I have a newer video.
Okay, send it over. Let's have a look.
From 1 month ago. It's in the private chat.
Okay, let's.
It's in the.
Dave, what is your hot take?
I was waiting for this whole Crazy Taxi thing to blow over.
Go for it.
No, I was going to say, so I've been doing a casual play of Baldur's Gate 3, because my series on YouTube, Misty and Mork, is still ongoing, but I did a casual play of it, and I finished it 2 days ago, and I've got to say, it's probably one of the best games I've played this year. It's like one of those, what you were saying, that have something, you go through a story, you get to the end, and it was worth it.
How many hours does it take to beat this game?
I don't want to answer that question.
See, this is what I mean.
don't want to answer this
See,
question.
look.
I mean, it could take, because if you do everything, I guess, this is a guesstimate. If you want to do everything,
I don't want to do everything.
Every character.
I just want to start it up. I want to get to the end credits. How long does this take?
I guess it would take you maybe a couple days. There's so much story.
You mean 48 hours, don't you?
No.
I don't mean. I didn't complete it in 48 hours. I'm happy to admit that I bought this game about Christmas last year, right?
Yeah.
And I have over 600 hours on it trying to complete this fecking thing.
Wow.
I played Witcher 3 for, I think, 1 year, to do all the side quests and stuff.
Wait. When you say 1 year, do you mean you got it on your birthday, by your next birthday you'd beaten it? When it said the amount of hours, did that equate to 1 year of your life?
I mean, like, I don't play it, like, the whole day. I probably, like, play, like,
well,
3
no,
hours
that's
a day.
something.
Yeah, I play, like, 3 hours a day, so if you count by that as, again, some days I probably played a lot more. But I finished the story, like, about, like, 2 months. But, like, the side quest and, like, exploring, crafting, modding, and stuff like that, that takes, like, a complete year.
For me, nowadays, the maximum like length of time it would take to complete a game that I'd be happy with is probably about 15 or 20 hours, and even then it's going to have to be called Resident Evil for me to put in that amount of time. Otherwise...
Yeah, with Baldur's Gate, you're not going to do that because there's so much like story and lore, and so many like different characters have different side stories as well. There's a lot to be done in it, but you know, I would agree, David, that I like to put in a game sometimes and just see how fast I can get through it.
It's not even about fast. It's just like, you know, it's just that like sometimes I'll come back to a game, like I'll be working on something, I won't be able to come back for a couple of weeks. And then when I sit down, I'm like, shit, what are the controls on this thing? Like I can't, like all of my timing's gone with everything. I'm gonna have to start the whole game again. That, you know, it's like it doesn't
like David, like
I love the Final Fantasy games, right? But literally, I've only completed I think 3 of them, and then and I stopped getting them after Final Fantasy I think 13. I might have got some of the spin-off ones, but after that, like. I was like, I've got Final Fantasy 10 I haven't finished, 10-2 I haven't finished, 11 was the, like, MMO one, but, like, 12, 13, and also I've got Final Fantasy, like, 1 and 2 and stuff like this that they did re-releases of, and I'm like, I don't have time to spend 60 hours on these games.
Yeah, but David, like, the new Resident Evil 4 remake, right, like, I got that, it took me, I think, like, 2 weeks to finish the game. And I played that, like, again, for that, I finished my YouTube videos early and had that 2 weeks free so I can play it at night.
Wow. Nick?
If it took you 60 hours to finish Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, or 4, you're doing it wrong, man.
Well, okay, well, I can't even remember. No, like, I remember that I beat Final Fantasy 7 was the first one I beat. And that was something like 40 hours. I've never played like a JRPG at the time. And then I completed Final Fantasy 8, and it was a bigger game. And then like I got 9. And here's the thing: I got Final Fantasy 9. I got onto disc 3 or 4. Life got in the way, and then I couldn't go back to it. And I was like, I can't start this thing again. Then roll forward a few years. I got Resident Evil 3 remake. And I got it on like Friday. By Sunday, it was done. That's what I want nowadays. It's just nice. Yeah. It's easy.
How long did it take you to complete the remake for 4?
Not long. Like maybe 3 days or something like that. Not very long.
You played it on easy mode.
No, I never play it on easy. I literally am just a Resident Evil veteran. It's all easy when it comes to that.
Hey, Days of Sea.
No, I have literally like with 4 I haven't done it all, but again, Resident Evil 3 in the pandemic I beat that on like hardcore or whatever in the end. Like I unlocked everything.
Same with 7 for me.
Yeah, couldn't get massively. Well, I like 7, but it's one of the ones that I can go back to least.
Final Fantasy or Resident Evil?
Resident Evil 7. So I played it 1.5 times, but that's one that I find difficult to go back to too much.
Yeah.
For me, I stop at 6 because like there is no Leon in 7, so it's like I don't care.
You've missed so many good games if you have that attitude.
Yeah, but it doesn't have Leon, so I don't care.
But Cap, Ethan.
Who is Ethan? Does he have a full character?
Go play 7 and find out.
Yeah, like 7 and 8 are they're good games. I prefer 8 to 7, but in some ways 7 is better. Yeah, because what I liked about we spoke about this 2 or 3 weeks ago on this channel. Resident Evil, they'll start off horror, then they'll make it more action, then they'll go too far and make it too action, and they'll say, oh, we're going back to horror. And so with Resident Evil 7, they were like, we're going back to horror. And I was like, because it was first person, and it was like definitely trying to be PT. I was like, is this going to feel like Resident Evil? And I was like, wow, this really feels like Resident Evil. But then after that, number 8, they were like, yeah, we're just going to make this like Resident Evil 4, but keep it first person. So.
Do you remember when they did the whole thing for Resident Evil 8? They had the trailers and everyone was going so mad about Dimitrescu, the vampire lady.
Yeah.
They were going so hard on that.
Yeah.
And in the first like maybe 30 minutes of me playing it, she was gone.
Like, yeah.
What was the point of hyping her up then? She was
it was a bait and switch, basically. You know.
Yeah.
I can explain why they were promoting the shit out of it. It was because everybody in it was the selling point for the game. It literally was a selling point for the game. A lot of people were depraved.
I didn't care about the 7 games. I only cared about it because I saw Lady Demetrius and I was like, oh, that looks interesting.
Exactly.
And then
What reason were you interested in it for, Cap? What was it about Lady Demetrius that was so appealing to you?
Because Captain would like to grind up some Warhammer and snort it off of her, basically.
So,
hey, David.
Yeah.
Damn it for taking my line. I was going to say the same thing.
Well, yeah, great minds think alike. Great minds think
coming from
alike.
a Resident Evil fandom side, I know exactly why they focused on the Lady Demetrius. Because that would be how they get the casuals to play the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got the right Resident Evil characters.
Have you guys played a game called Divinity Original Sin?
Yeah.
Divinity.
Oh, no, I've seen it.
I love it. It's one of my favorite games, and it would be really interesting to do a playthrough of it.
Wow.
On PS5.
Unfortunately, guys, we're going to have to begin to wrap things in a moment, just as a heads up, just because it's going to be extreme improv. But I'll tell you something now, just as, like, we'll definitely pick up this thought again. I'll endeavour. I've been trying to, target a more gaming-focused version of Geek Battle for years. We'll do more gaming specials and stuff like this in the future. But I'm going to have to wrap things up just because we're literally over when the next show is meant to begin now. So let's find out, and if you have any geeky recommendations, go for it. Nick, where can the people find you and what's your recommendation?
NSCED on Twitter, or X. I refuse to call it X.
You just did!
I can be found on Geek Battle and occasionally on Geek Battle on Extreme Improv Extreme, playing extremely badly because, well, sometimes I'm just not into it. My recommendation of the week is one of my all-time favorite games is Toe Jam and Earl. It's a silly little game. It's a 16-bit era game, but it's super fun, and the music is awesome. That's my geeky gaming recommendation of the week.
Okay, Dave.
You can find me here on Geek Battle and on Extreme Improv. Check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming, over here at Dave MC Gaming and Mr. Lag 2024, where I do Let's Plays. We got the Magical Adventures of Misty and Mork, and we have Outlast Whistleblower coming up at the beginning of September. So the DLC to Outlast, and maybe Resident Evil will also follow that, coming up towards Halloween.
Yeah, do it. Okay, Cap.
You cannot find me on the Dead Bird site, but you can find me on SWAT Teams and YouTube, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And today we saw a video of, not today, like week before, Batman and Gotham's legal system. But this week there's going to be a video about Spider-Man in high school versus Batman in high school. So do look forward to that. And you can also find me on Extreme Improv on numerous shows.
Okay, Dev.
Hi, you can find me on TikTok and Twitch under the name F3DAT. And I have two recommendations this week. One is a new movie starring John Cena, called Jackpot, where he plays a bodyguard defending a woman who's won a multi-million-dollar jackpot from assassins, defending her from assassins. And my gaming recommendation is the upcoming retro-style beat-em-up featuring the Cobra Kai cast.
Ooh. Wait, what's that called?
Cobra Kai.
Oh, okay. Right, there you go. Okay, so my name... Who's anyone I've not come to? No, that's it. Right, my name's David Pstansky. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at David Pstansky. My geeky recommendation this week, since we've been on a gaming theme, is if you haven't got one, get an Evercade, because now you can get Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 on the Evercade. So do that. I've been playing it, and it's basically like playing the PS1 games. It's cool. Right, so with that, until next time, stay safe. Always stay extremed, live long and prosper, may the force be with you, and ciao for now. Good night, little birds, and boom, we're off the air.